let's try something new with a 12 by 12 piece of paper. I've got some double-sided. Oh, I'm just going to use this one on top. That's pretty. So, yeah, let's try something new. Welcome. It's Dawn with For Grace Creations. Glad to have you here. So I'm going to cut this 12 by 12 in half. So 2 pieces now, and then I'm going to cut each of those in half. And I'm excited to try this. Okay, so here we have the fronts and the backs. Let's just take one. And so first, fold it in half and crease it. Fold it in half the other way and crease it. So that when you open it up, you kind of have an X, 4 squares. Can you see the 4 lines there? We're going to cut just one of them like this. Just in half there. Okay. Now, that flips down and then over, and the top comes down. It's that simple. We're just gonna trim off this piece here. I'm not going to do it on other ones. I just wanted to try it on this one. And I've got this whale tail tab. I've got a few of them left from somebody that made them and sent them in a Happy Mail. And I'm going to put a little glue on there and then attach it to that front flap. Okay. So that's what we have so far, and I think I'm going to ink around every single edge using Tim Holtz Ground Espresso Distress Oxide. So every little thing, front and back. And that is what we have now. I think it looks pretty cool just like this. So I don't know what it's called, but I'm calling it a flip-flop or flip-flap journal spot. Let's try another one. So this is not double-sided, white on one side, but I want to see what we get if we use this. We may need to do some decorating on this one. So we have 4 pieces. Fold up, fold the other side up, and we got those 4 lines, and we're going to cut just one of them and fold it in. Nice. Okay. Whale tail tab, glue, and get it stuck right on there. And if you don't have any whale tail tabs, you can use anything. Say you have a butterfly punch. Well, use 2 butterflies. Glue them together, and there you've got a tab. Okay, I'm going to do a few stamps on here. I don't use my stamps very often, so I figured, well, I'm going to bust it out now and see what we can come up with. I just figure a little decorating would be good. But look at all that journal space. When I saw this idea, it was something I got in a Happy Mail, and I thought, oh, let's try that. So I thought, I'll bring you along with me in case you want to try it as well. Now, I want to try it with a book page. I probably should have used a thicker book page, but to make a square, just fold one side up and then cut the extra off. And voila, no measuring, you have a perfect square. And we'll just fold one in half, turn it around, fold it in half the other way, and we have our 4 lines so we can make this cut again. And it folds over. I think it'll work. So I'm actually thinking that I'm going to use this forest moss around it because I think it'll match that green in the tab. Yeah, it does. Perfect match. Love it. Okay, so we need to attach this. And then we're probably going to have to make some writing space because the words from the book. So I'm just going to use this because it was next to me on my desk. But it's too big, so I need to cut it down. And I can cut a straight line because there's lines on this. Okay, now cut off the other side. And then glue it down. And then I'm going to need to do 3 more so that there's writing space. These would make cute little additions to Happy Mail, or putting them in a journal, maybe even just paper clipping them to a page so somebody could take it out and use it. Okay, so we have 2. Now we've got 3. 1 more. And there we are. Oh, I ripped it. Yeah, the book page was too thin, but we can fix that. We can fix that. I think washi tape. So maybe if I put some washi tape on the front and the back, it'll hold it together. I think this will do. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to actually put some glue on this washi tape just to guarantee that it holds, because I'm telling you, some washi tape seems sticky, but it does not stay. So there's the front, and we'll do this side as well. Hopefully, this is going to fix the problem. I'm pretty sure it will. Okay. Get that stuck down there. If I do it with a book page, again, I'll just use a thicker page, or I guess you could glue 2 pages together. That actually might work well if it's real thin, brittle pages. Oh, okay, so gonna have to crease that so it opens and closes easier. Okay, ink, 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 stamp, stamp, stamp. I know, I'm using the same stamp again, but I like it. It's not too big, not too small. It just gives a little added touch. I probably should bust my stamps out more often because they are kind of fun. So we'll just get some random stamping done on here and give it a little character. Do you use your stamps very often? Maybe if I put mine within arm's reach where I can see them, I'd do it more often. Okay, I think we'll call that good. So we've got a few made. I'll make finish the other ones off camera. I just wanted to show you a few so you could make some if you wanted to. Now, let's see what it's going to look like inside a journal. This is the journal I'm working on right now, and I'm just going to paper clip it to a page. We just need to find one that it'll look good on. And, you know, this one, yeah. I think I'll put it on the white side. And I'm just going to paper clip it to the top. Those are easy. I'm going to have to make more of those. So let's try it a different way. I want to cut it, but I want a straight line. So I'm going to bust out this little cutter here. And I'm going to cut the whole way. So it's not going to flip-flap as much, but it'll flop down. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? So ink around the edges. And then so I take the plastic thing off and I throw it away, but we will cut a few out of just a leftover book page that I have. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink around it. I'm going to set them together. I'm going to ink around it. You don't have to, but I thought I'm going to do that. Okay, and then we just have a one flap here, but I'm going to put glue on the back side of each one of these, and then plop them down like that. Oh, I should have a book page under me to protect from glue, because as we all know, I am notorious for having glue oozing out because I use too much. Okay, so there we go. That's just our one. Now, I'm going to take this same stamp, and I'm going to go ahead and do a stamp in the middle on each side. So it ends up looking like that. Yeah, so that's another way to do it. Now, if you don't have any kind of punches at all, what I would do, in all honesty, is go to your scraps. Like, for instance, okay, I have this bin of my, they're almost my favorite scraps. I don't use them very often, but they're scraps that I took that were kind of boring, and I spruced them up. I can show you how I did that in another video, but you know, you could take something like this. It's got some gold on it and some stamping, and just take a fun scrap and maybe we'll just rip some off. Okay, and then fold it in half. This might be too long, but that's okay. I'm going to use it anyway. And just glue it on as a tab. You could use anything, fabric, and then staple it on. Ribbon. But we all have paper scraps. So why not use a paper scrap? And there we go. I probably should have done it shorter. That's okay. So I actually want to use this pink here because of the pink flowers. So I'm going to go around the whole thing. Why not? Give it some pinky pink. And maybe this itty bitty butterfly, I'm just going to fussy cut it real quick. And we'll add that to it. Let me know if you decide to try this and what you think about it. Because I found these are fun and so easy, in my opinion. Anyway, I hope you all have a blessed day, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for being here.